Music as an art form has been around since even prior to recorded history. It's a form of self-expression, entertainment, spirituality, and art. And most importantly, for this episode in particular, I want to expound on music's ability to provide psychological benefits to your mental health as well. In this episode, we tackle the benefits of listening to music, even including unlikely genres that actually provide rest and relaxation. So, hello, my name is Yvonne, and welcome to the 7th episode of PsyPointers. In this series, we'll be tackling the different ways to take care of yourself and be more aware of how others may be feeling or need in times of distress. And just a quick disclaimer, we're not professionals here and trying to cure anyone, so if you are suffering from any mental issues, please take some time to breathe, talk with someone you're comfortable with, and seek professional help as soon as you can. If you like this series and don't want to miss out on future episodes, please show support by liking and subscribing to the channel. Don't forget to click on the bell icon to get a notification whenever we post a new video. With that, onto the video. So, humans throughout the course of history have shown a natural affinity for music. Whether you're an infant falling asleep to some classical ballads, or a middle-aged man screaming along to some heavy metal, we all seem to be predisposed to appreciating music. This brings us to the biological question: what is it about us that makes music universally yet uniquely so powerful and loved? Well, the vibrations that your ears receive from the tunes that we listen to travel along neurons via the cochlear nerve. The nerve then transports these auditory signals to your brain for processing. Many of the parts of the brain are utilized when it comes to processing and recognizing music, which I would point out individually, but I am not very good at biological psych, so I'm not sure which part of the brain I should point out when mentioning certain parts. But all you need to know is that it's in the brain. Anyway, your motor cortex and cerebellum are involved in understanding rhythm. Recognizing and understanding music is handled by your auditory cortex, and complex music analysis is spearheaded by our prefrontal cortex. We even have the awesome ability to form musical memories. Our hippocampus, I'm trying to point these out, again, I have no idea where they are in my head. The part of the brain that stores memory plays a vital part in our ability to memorize and remember our favorite songs. So, to any of the songs that you've listened to recently that you found really catchy or your all-time favorites, they're all playing in your head consistently or you memorize them by heart solely because of this body part. All this being said, what I think is most remarkable is our ability to have an emotional response to music. Depending on your choice of genre and your current state of mind, music can elicit a variety of strong emotions and feelings. The same signals that reach the different parts of the brain also find their way to our emotional centers, like the amygdala. I pointed out that I'm just really bad at biopsych. Okay, anyway. Because of this, music is capable of triggering tears, laughter, anger, and even anxiety. We are able to form sentimental attachments to music, and they hold the potential to significantly influence our psychological health. Moving on to the benefits of listening to music, music has been noted in the past to provide certain psychological benefits and act as an avenue for relaxation and a natural counter to stress. So, one 2019 study published under the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences, or PNAS, found that music as a reward can act as an effective motivator for studying, while another article from Johns Hopkins recommends music as a brain stimulant while studying or otherwise working. Still, a study under PubMed Central still mentions limits regarding listening to music, as those with a lower working memory capacity may instead find additional difficulties in listening to music, especially if the music in question has any lyrics behind it. In regards to memory, in one study, researchers made older adults perform tasks relating to reading and recalling words with either silence, white noise, or classical music in the background. Those who heard classical music were recorded to have performed better overall. Those listening to classical music also perform better in doing processing tasks such as matching numbers to shapes. Evidence has also shown that music can aid in slowing down cognitive decline for those experiencing mild to moderate symptoms of dementia from Alzheimer's, helping them to recall specific episodes from their lives and in calming patients. In regards to mental health, neurological researchers found that the simple act of listening to music leads to the release of several neurochemicals such as dopamine, cortisol, serotonin, and oxytocin that play a role in both brain function and general mental health. Creating music, on the other hand, has been used to express a person and showcase what people feel. Expressing oneself is a form of therapy that is supported by music therapy, as it allows the person to let off what they can normally or have difficulty explaining in the first place. Music is a bridge for others to let them express and show others what and how they think. Speaking of music therapy, this is where you can see the benefits of listening and creating music the most. This type of therapy can be defined as a therapeutic approach that uses musical interaction as a means of communication and expression. Within the area of serious mental disorders, the aim of the therapy is to help people improve their emotional and relational competencies and address issues they may not be able to use via words alone. It is not only beneficial to your general mental health, but also in cognitive and affective disorders such as for those in the autism spectrum, depression, anxiety, trauma, schizophrenia, and many more. A study published under PubMed explored the effectiveness of music therapy in those with schizophrenic symptoms by comparing data results on patients' conditions utilizing music therapy, standard care, placebo therapy, and no treatment at all. The results of the study suggested that music therapy could improve global state, mental state, social function, and quality of life for those exhibiting symptoms of schizophrenia, but that the effects were inconsistent across cross-reference studies and were tied to the amount of music therapy sessions which were conducted and the quality of the sessions themselves. A meta-study on the effects of music and music therapy on mood and neurological patients categorized music therapy methods into three general approaches: the relational approaches, the rehabilitative approaches, and music listening approaches. Relational approaches concern themselves with musical creation, such as improvisation and songwriting. This approach is often used to evoke and process emotions and thoughts in the patients. The second, rehabilitative approaches, on the other hand, uses music stimuli to activate perception and production areas in the human brain. This is said to stimulate sensory, cognitive, and motor dysfunctions from neurological disorders. For example, for individuals who have suffered from a stroke or Alzheimer's. Lastly, we have the music listening approach, which is, as we've already covered earlier in this video, general music activities that we do on our own are in themselves capable of lifting up our own mental health. So if you're ever just sad at home and you go to Spotify, not sponsored by the way, just listen to music, it's already its own form of music therapy. But outside the general concept, what genres help with relaxation? Well, as referenced earlier, Classical music has been known as a genre of music meant for relaxation. Whenever the topic of music for relaxing or study comes up, the usual direction people would point you towards would be classical music, which has been scientifically proven as a research was published in Complementary Therapies in Clinical Practice that stated that they studied 180 patients and found that listening to natural sounds, classical Turkish, and Western music helped reduce anxiety by lowering cortisol levels, blood pressure, and heart rate. A more modern genre of music that has been utilized as a means of relaxation, on the other hand, is lo-fi, which was a niche genre of music which has now turned into a massive icon of relaxation and study. Lo-fi music has been categorized as music meant for studying and relaxing. Popular media platforms such as YouTube and Spotify have dedicated relaxation playlists which is dominated by lo-fi soundtracks. The reason why lo-fi is listed under relaxation music is due to its calm beat and lack of lyrics, which allows people to concentrate at their task at hand and or focus on the beat and just relax. Which is why we normally play that as the background music for all of these videos and what's probably playing in the background right now as I'm talking because I'm not the one who edits these videos. Now, I actually want to talk about genres that help with mental health. Some of my favorite, actually, arguably my favorite, but are stigmatized against for doing the exact opposite. Metal music, for example, has often been stigmatized in the past as a genre that promotes aggression and delinquency. But there is evidence to show that it is also an avenue to vent and provide relaxation. A 2015 study conducted in the University of Queensland had participants be subjected to a form of anger induction and then randomly made to listen to metal or be in complete silence. Results showed that the music didn't serve to make them angrier, but instead matched their feelings at the time and brought out more positive emotions as a way of venting and acting as a possibly healthy option in processing anger for fans of the genre. And I think this one is my favorite genre, actually. Rap, ever since its birth in the 1970s, has been notoriously labeled as aggressive and a bad influence. What many people don't consider, however, is that music is often made as a reflection of real life events. Coming from places of oppression, sadness, or any form of emotional anguish, rappers and lyricists use rap as a form of artistic coping. It has also been a tool of marginalized groups, especially the Black community, in expressing their identity. Simon Frith believed that despite the popular belief of music's negative influence on our actions, it is simply not true. He suggested that when listening to music, a listener's aggressive emotions are merely perceived as a form of entertainment and are unlikely to actually influence their behavior. Many studies, however, have rebutted against this idea. Before I go into my own thoughts, I want to take this time to look at others' thoughts. Shout out to our own Facebook and Instagram, by the way. If any of you ever want your thoughts potentially heard in one of our videos or commented on by me, you can always place a comment in one of our Q&As posted for the week. From our Instagram by user Leona. Definitely helped my mental health. I find myself feeling a lot more relaxed and happier listening to albums I love. It allows me to share what I love about what I'm currently listening to. So, many albums got me through my darker days and honestly have no idea where I would be without it. Aww, that's really sweet. Music does its best to impact people positively, and I'm glad had that impact on you. I hope you're doing okay. And from our Facebook by Kyla, one of our editors. If you're the one editing this week, by the way, Kyla, hi. I have different playlists for different moods. One makes me more confident, one makes me relaxed, and the other keeps me motivated. Especially when I'm drawing or doing graphic stuff for hours. Whenever I feel iffy or can't stop panicking, I listen to any of those playlists to keep me centered. I sometimes also sing the stress away. Aww. Kyla, I hope you're doing well, and I'm so sorry I add to your workload by existing. I'm glad that there's something like music in your life to help keep you happy and uplifted every day. You can also come to me anytime you need help, yo. Like, I'm your boss, but I'm also like here for you, yo.
Sorry, I just think I'm too stupid to understand this.
Huh. Anyway, my main point is that music is highly beneficial for your mental health. Regardless of the genre you enjoy, it helps you with your well-being. And you shouldn't be ashamed of what you listen to if it helps you become a better person. To end the video with a little something personal, like I always do, I'm gonna leave a playlist down below with all of the relaxing music recommendations of the members here in PsyPoints in varying genres below for your personal enjoyment at home. So please comment any topic you'd like for us to tackle next. Please like and subscribe to the channel, and I hope you all have a great day. Thank you all for listening, and I hope you have the best of days. You get it.